I wanted to do something after graduation. I didn't know what. I wasn't ready to go right into grad school yet, and I had done community service type work all my 4 years. I worked at a soup kitchen, and it was really something I enjoyed doing, and I knew one FVM alum, and she always talked about it and always said, I think this program would be really great for you, and so it was always kind of in the back of my mind. And some of the friars I went to St. Bonaventure, so all the friars at St. Bonaventure kept pushing it, you know, so I was like, okay, maybe I should apply. And it just seemed like a cool way to spend my year off before getting, I didn't want to jump into a real job yet. I wasn't ready for that, and I wanted to do something meaningful and something new. I'm all about new experiences and new people and trying new things and kind of pushing myself out of my comfort zone. And I figured, why not, pretty much. So I applied, and it was the only thing I applied to, and just crossed my fingers, and I ended up here in Camden, and I'm really happy I'm here. I would say I feel most connected to, I tutor 7th graders, about 10 7th grade girls at St. Anthony's. And I feel most connected to it probably because I spend the most time with them. But it's definitely a very difficult age group. Just a lot of attitudes and eye rolling going on all the time. But I had a really difficult time in middle school, and I remember being a girl at that age and how difficult it was for me. And so being able to spend time with these girls and kind of know where they're coming from, and not just being that teacher authority, but being someone who's a little younger and kind of knows what they're going through, and just kind of being that support for them when they're having bad days. And they don't always listen to me, and most of the time they don't, actually. But just being there and being like a positive role model in their lives is really something I'm enjoying, even though it's really difficult sometimes to stay patient. I think just community life in general. I had a lot of experience living with others in college, but it was mostly all girls, and having a different dynamic, you know, 2 guys and 2 girls, and different personalities and different backgrounds. It's been an adjustment among many other adjustments, you know, living in Camden and adjusting to our ministries, and then coming home and also having to adjust to a new household and new people that you're living with. And you want your community to be good, because you want it to be something that you can come home to and enjoy and not be stressful on top of everything else. So kind of maintaining that and being aware of how I'm communicating with others and how that's affecting the entire community, that's been a difficult adjustment, but a learning experience and something I'm glad to be going through. It's so easy just to finish school and get a job and get a car and get married and, you know, start a family. It's just so easy to just go through the motions like that, but to stop what you're doing and kind of go off, not go off the grid, but, you know, go against the grain of what everyone else your age is doing. It's difficult, but I think it's so worthwhile and so meaningful. And I feel like being here, it's hard to relate to my friends at home who all have full-time jobs, and, you know, they're loving it or they're hating it or whatever, but to be in this situation is so unique, and it's difficult at times because you don't really have anyone to relate to at home. But I just feel like coming out of this year, I've only been here 2 months, but I just feel like a year from now, I'm going to be such a different person because I did this, and such a better person because I did this, and my life, my whole life will be affected by my decision to come here for a year and do something a little different and do something meaningful with my time. And I think it's worth it for anyone to do that, just to get that experience. It's just a learning and growing experience that I think everyone deserves to have in their lives. So one thing that really sticks out to me, just being here for the past 2 months, is spending time with our neighbor Vinny down the street, who suffered from a stroke, lives on his own, is mostly confined to a wheelchair, and he's lived here his entire life, and he has so much history in him, and so much history of Camden in him, and it's just nice to spend time with him, you know, once or twice a week, go down to his house and help him put up his Halloween decorations, or just sit there and listen to his stories. He's got a million of them, and it might not mean that much to me. It might be one little part of my day, but just to do that and spend, you know, an hour or half an hour with him, I know it means a lot to him. Just be able to talk to someone, because he is alone so much of his life, and that means so much to me to be able to do that for him, and I really enjoy it.